But it's pretty traumatic. But again, it reinforces the message that I work for Farming Community Network, and we were partnership with Macmillan Cancer to raise awareness of cancer symptoms and to encourage people, particularly in the rural community, farmers and migrant workers in particular, who tend to not seek medical advice until it's too late. So our campaign, our programme is about encouraging people to be aware of the symptoms, and more importantly, if they have a symptom, contact your doctor immediately. And I would say that I sit here and use myself as an example of how early diagnosis saves lives, because if I hadn't have went, when I did go to the consultant, he did tell me that you wouldn't have survived beyond 2007. So I'm a living example of how important it is to go and get diagnosed at an early stage, and then the outcomes tend to be more positive than they do if you're diagnosed at a later stage. And it also stats would show that living in a rural community, you have a 5% more chance of dying of cancer than you do living in an urban area. But the reasons as to why people, and farmers in particular, don't attend when they should is varied. I mean, the argument is that the access to medical care in rural is much more difficult. People live out in the rural sticks. There's fewer GP surgeries, transport problems. When farmers and migrant workers in particular, they tend to just put it out of their heads. They tend to focus on the work in hand, and they put it off in the fear that they go to the doctor, they find something wrong, and then who looks after the farm? So my argument to them is, you go to the doctor if they find something wrong. The chances are it might be something that isn't sinister, that their problem is, and if they do, at least you'll be maybe out of action for 6 weeks, 2 months. Whereas if you don't, you're going to be out of action permanently, and who's going to look after the farm then? If you go sooner and get diagnosed, the chances are you'll survive. And why play Russian roulette with your health?